The crypto world is officially on countdown mode, as the long-awaited 21 shares XRP ETF is now fully registered, approved, and sitting in the final stage before trading begins. Yet the exact launch date remains a mystery, leaving analysts, institutional investors, and the entire XRP community speculating whether Monday could be the day everything changes, because this is not just another crypto product. This isn't another maybe someday headline. This is a real, regulated, institution-backed, exchange-listed, exchange-traded fund dedicated entirely to XRP, a financial instrument designed for Wall Street money, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, and large asset managers who cannot buy XRP directly but can gain exposure through an ETF. And the fact that 21 Shares, one of the world's largest and most trusted crypto ETF issuers, has officially completed the registration process, means the infrastructure is ready. The paperwork is in place, the compliance framework is locked in, and all that's left is the green light for trading to go live, which could make Monday one of the biggest days in XRP history, because this ETF represents the moment XRP moves from retail-dominated speculation into fully institutionalized demand, and experts are already warning that once trading begins, capital inflows could dwarf anything XRP has ever seen. Since ETFs naturally pull in billions in a very short period, especially when tied to assets with massive liquidity potential like XRP, and if we consider the fact that 21 Shares was behind some of the best-performing Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs in Europe, then it becomes obvious that they are not launching this XRP ETF unless they know the institutional appetite is there. But what makes this development even more explosive is the timing. XRP is in the middle of a global narrative shift, with banks testing the XRPL, nations exploring Ripple's technology for CBDCs, and multiple liquidity hubs positioning XRP as a cross-border settlement rail, meaning the ETF launch fuels a perfect storm in which Wall Street demand meets real-world utility. And historically, ETF listings have delivered massive volatility followed by sustained growth. As seen with Bitcoin's ETF, which brought in over $1 billion per day during its early phases, and analysts are now suggesting that even a fraction of that demand flowing into XRP could ignite a massive supply shock, since XRP has fixed liquidity cycles, escrow releases, and global institutions beginning to accumulate off-exchange, tightening the available supply further. And if Monday becomes the official go-live date, then we could witness a surge unlike anything the XRP chart has ever recorded, because the market has been waiting for institutional-grade exposure for over a decade, and the psychological effect alone of an XRP ETF trading on major financial platforms could rewrite the entire valuation model for XRP. But the biggest question everyone is asking is, why is the launch date still undisclosed? And that's where things get interesting, because ETF approvals often coordinate with liquidity cycles, market conditions, and behind-the-scenes exchange clearance schedules. And some analysts theorize that the issuers may be strategically picking the moment when volatility is optimal or when regulatory clarity strengthens even further, especially as the Ripple SEC narrative continues to fade and global adoption rises. And whether Monday becomes the day or whether it's the following week, one thing is absolutely certain.